Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pegasus 35 against the Epic React Flyknit. First things first, they are both beautiful shoes. I think they both look really great. Ultimately, I think the Nike Epic React has a little bit of the upper hand in terms of the way this looks. It's just a incredible shoe, a brand new design. I love it. I love like the minimalism of it, and not in like a heel toe offset kind of way. I mean in the Flyknit, in terms of the materials, it is as little shoe that can get between you and your foot while still providing me all of the things that I need out of a running shoe. That being said, the 35 is no slouch. It has all the things that I love about the Pegasus line, except this year it's got a full-length zoom pocket in the midsole, and it's borrowing a lot of design cues from the Zoom Fly, which I think is an interesting shoe. I don't think you're going to go wrong with either of these shoes. They both look great. The next thing that I'll talk about is which shoe would I reach for a race, and that's going to depend on the distance of the race. If it's 10K or shorter, I'm definitely going to be reaching for the Epic React. I've taken this thing on track days, running on the road surfaces, concrete, asphalt, and then on dirt roads and gravel, and I even took it up a mountain. And this thing did well on all of those surfaces, but I definitely feel like the shoe lives up to its potential when you're going as fast as you can go. This Pegasus 35 is still a super fast shoe, and I'm running a 10-mile race this weekend for Memorial Day. I'm running the Soldier Field 10, and I'm still not exactly sure which one I'm going to use, because the Epic React, I don't like this for distances over 10 feet. I feel like just the cushioning of the React foam just doesn't keep up with the way that my foot strikes. My left foot hits harder than my right, and usually around mile 10 or 11 in this shoe, my forefoot starts to really hurt. And so I'm thinking that I might use the Pegasus 35 for the 10-mile race, but a 10-mile race is a relatively fast one for me, and so I'm not sure, but I'm leaning heavily towards the Pegasus 35 right now. Anything longer than 10 miles, if it's a half marathon or a marathon, I probably wouldn't pick the Epic React, for at least the way I run, and I'll definitely be choosing the Pegasus 35. And so it depends really on the kind of running that you do and what you're looking for out of your running shoe in terms of answering the question of which one is better. But those are kind of my opinions on the way that I put them head to head. Weight wise, the size 9 in the Pegasus 35 is 9.4 ounces. I'm not sure what a size 9 is for the Epic React. It feels a little bit lighter, but both shoes are really well balanced. Both shoes feel really great when you're running. In terms of the Flyknit versus the material on the Pegasus 35, the Flyknit is really thin, and I love and obsessed with Flyknit right now, but I don't know that it's more breathable than what's on the Pegasus 35. And the other thing to really note, that even though you would think with Flyknit it's going to really clamp you down and keep you close and tight in, I feel very like wrapped when I'm wearing the Pegasus 35. And maybe it's because this cushioning that is in here seems a little bit thicker than the 34, and it's definitely thicker than what's in the Epic React. And so it feels like there's a lot of material on my foot, but in no way does that make my foot feel heavy. In fact, it makes it feel really snug, and like the shoe is a part of my foot, which is what I like. I don't like it when my foot is sliding around inside the toe box. If anything, because of the way this, and I mentioned this in a couple of other videos, the way that this heel cup is designed, I feel like I want to be even more clamped into the shoe, but I think that's just going to get just a little bit of getting used to in terms of the way this hits the back of the ankle. So ultimately, I don't think that you're going to lose if you get either of these shoes. If I could only have one, it would be the Pegasus 35, but if I could have two, I would get them both because they're both really good and they serve very different purposes. Again, I would reach for this one for sure, 10K or shorter, and I would reach for this one half marathon or longer. For track days, speed work, tempo runs, I'm going to be using the Epic React. For everything else, in the near future, I'm going to be using the Pegasus 35. So that's going to break mine down. If you've got both of these, let me know how you're kind of deciding when you're going to run with which, or if you have any questions about either one of these or in comparing the two, let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys down there.
Yo, what's going on?